on the morning show with Jay Gonzalez. One of the most controversial radio personalities on the radio in Del Rio on Center Drive. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for our very own Selina Gomez!
So Silent Night comedy show. Yes, I'm Selina Gomez, and if you came here tonight to see that Disney bitch, you're out of luck. I am the version of Selina Gomez you would get off of Wish.com. Merry Christmas, motherfuckers. Anatomically incorrect, but I have both of my kidneys, so I win. And for those of you who do not know who I am, just because you see a stick in a Latina doesn't mean there's a piñata nearby. I am half Mexican, but full blind. Yeah, I wish I was kind of more Latina. I have a white mom, shout out to Debbie. Spanish, so and it doesn't help that I grew up in a town on the border of Texas and Louisiana, and the Mexicans I hung out with said things like, let's do some crawfish boils and we're gonna make tamales. And I'm like, okay. But when I moved to Del Rio, I have an accent, and I still would say things like ha and ba, and that's like a tasty moon pie, you know? But then I started getting bullied for it. Like, no one ever hit me or beat me up, but they were just like, you look Mexican, but don't sound Mexican. So I got rid of the accent. Well, I've decided I want to embrace my Latina side, so I started learning some Spanish words. Are you guys ready? I have a few right here. Carne asada. Topo chico. Barbacoa. And pendeja. Those are the words that I love. And I also like to take my white friends to Mexican restaurants and order for them. I'm like, yo quiero huevos rancheros con mild pica. Yeah, I got it. It's good. But yeah, I have embraced one part of this Latina side is the bad bitch side. This angry, ready to pop off at any moment. Oh, I love it. The problem is, it's hard to be a bad bitch when you bump into things. You're like, yeah, fuck you. But it's kind of, all right, so have you guys gone to a grocery store with your spouse and one of you just starts a fight and you're like, yeah, whatever, fuck you, and you just walk out the front door? Yeah, I can't do that. Last time I got a fight with my ex, I said, you can fuck right off. And then I turned around, took 3 steps, and I was planning to go out the front door, but then I just realized I didn't know where the fuck I was. So it takes that bad bitch feeling out of it. So I had to stand there and wait for him to bring the cart around so that I could grab it and he could guide me out. But I held on to it really angry, you guys. I was super mad. I was like, oh, you're stupid. But yeah, so now I have a new boyfriend though. And I love him so much. I know I said this about another man this time last year. But I do, I really, really like this one. That's the problem. Yeah, he's so great. He has to do things though for me that I'm not like a lot of people shouldn't have to do for your significant others. You know what I mean? Like I have to ask, like, okay, so obviously I'm blind, and yes, Wayne. Obviously I'm blind, so I can't drive anymore, and I also can't read. And along with that, you guys, okay, look, there's some things that I thought I wouldn't have to ever do until I went blind, but now I have to sniff my used toilet paper to figure out if I'm on my period or not. Yeah, think about it. I know it's gross. Oh, I absolutely do. And I'm trying to be like more independent so that my poor boyfriend doesn't have to look at my used toilet paper. I'm not like, oh, babe, this time am I bleeding? So, you know, and there's a lot of things that, again, he does so much for me. This is not an equal opportunity type relationship. He is seriously so kind, and whenever I do try to help him and like make things better, and I just make them worse. So here's an example. About a month ago, my man came up to me and said, oh, dude, my groin hurts. First thought, dick cancer. I was like, oh my God. Second thought, blue balls. You know, I thought that's what he was like, trying to get. No, that's not what he was trying to get at. And then I asked him, okay, well, what's the symptoms? And you know, he was telling me like the symptoms and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna panic and go to WebMD, right? I'm just not gonna do that. So I called my best friend, Joanna, and her medical training is 4 years of college athletic training. Like that's all she knows how to do. So yeah, we decided that it wasn't his appendix, it didn't explode. And we just was like assumed that it was a hernia. And this is where the college athletic training comes in. She told me to wrap his groin with an ace bandage. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna. I only have some used Spanx that I could put on him. Heavily used, you guys. Like real stretched out. So yeah, so I offered the Spanx to him and he looked me right in the face. Well, at least I think he did. And he said no, and I was like, oh my God, he's so much pain, I'm so sorry. And he's like, well, just so you know, like the symptoms have escalated. Now the pain is in my nutsack, and I'm 100% sure it's a kidney stone. How a kidney stone gets in a nutsack, you guys? I have no fucking clue. And I said, okay, well, let's go to the hospital. And he's like, no, like the best thing for me is to like sit in a hot bath and just like relax until I pass it. I'm like, oh, you're having a baby? Like a home birth? So yeah, but the problem was, you guys, yeah, hot water is great if you have a hot water heater that didn't just go out that day. So there I was, my blind ass at a stove with pots of water, just heating it up and then blindly walking through the hallway to dump it in the tub where he's just sitting there. You guys, that poor baby, I was just like one of those goddamn pioneer women. You know what I mean? Like starting fire, it was a lot. And that poor thing, he still was in so much pain. It was just getting to the point where like I couldn't do anything for him. But then I came up with a really good idea. I said, you know what I'm gonna do? Babe, I'm gonna get on my hands, I'm gonna get on my knees, and I'm gonna suck it right out that dick. I'm gonna suck it out. He told me no. That's the first time a guy has ever said not to suck his dick. I just want you to know. Sorry, Mom. Yeah, so my plan was, okay, I'm gonna suck it out, you know, I was really willing to take a kidney stone to the face for my baby. And it's okay if it got in my eye, what, I'm gonna be more blind? Like, it doesn't matter. Also, I wanted to keep the stones, make like a necklace, a little pendant. How cute, right? Anyway, well, after a couple days, he finally did pass this stone, and it was like a lot of crying and vomiting, mostly from me, because he was tired. And finally he passed it, and he goes, babe, I passed it. And I said, cool, reach in there and find it. He said no to me yet again. He's not gonna reach in urine and pull it out. I was just hoping he'd keep it and like give it to me as like an engagement ring one day. Well, I have no fucking boundaries if you haven't noticed yet. Before I went blind, I used to watch that show, Dr. Pimple Popper. Like, have you guys seen that show? Oh my God, my obsession with picking at my boyfriend came from there. And also my sexual attraction to Asian women. Yeah, that girl was fucking smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I really like to relax by like picking his blackheads and his zits, and I like get the tweezers and pick out like neck hairs and like weird beard hairs. And one of my favorite things to do, you guys, is I like to like go to his pubes and just like pick them out one by one with my fingertips. That's a true story. Yeah, I just like to do that. But of course he's like, no more picking. Like we have like no pick zones now. Like I'm not allowed to do his ears, his underarms, or anything from his perineum back. And if you guys don't have a medical, certified friend like I do, the perineum for common folk is the gooch. That little area between your like genitals and your butthole. Yeah, that's called the gooch. And now here's a story about my gooch. Okay, so we all know that I am blind, I have a new boyfriend, and I have no boundaries. Like I just have bad boundary issues, so bad. But since I'm in a new relationship, I'm trying to keep this pussy pristine, right? But the problem is, if you haven't noticed yet, I'm a little chubby, and I, can't look at mirrors, so. But I do like to wax everything from like the anus to the belly button. Keep it nice and clean down there. But since I'm chubby, like I have to get my boyfriend to come and help me. Like this is where he helps me purge my pubes. So, I thought, okay, my boyfriend's intelligent, right? Okay, so I was like, he's a very intelligent man, and I was like, this is gonna go smoothly, I'm gonna tell him how to do this, and it's gonna go great. So I assured him, like, there's not gonna be any hot wax, there's not gonna be any strips, all you have to do is roll this wax in your hand, then against the hair, spread it, and then just pull it off to exercise those pesky little, fur balls. So, unfortunately, this is too much for him to handle, like at all. So I first started showing him how to do it on my like front carpet. I was like, okay, I need you to do it here, here, and here, right? Okay, so instead of him working on the outside in, he decided to take a blob and just plop it right in the center of the hairy darkness. Too close to my clit for comfort, you guys. It was way too close. And he was like proud of himself. But the problem was he didn't realize that there was no way to remove the wax, like in the center of this massive vegetation. Like it was just stuck there. And when he did try to pull it out, it became like this silly putty consistency. Like when it gets real far and it like gets real stringy? Yeah, I was like that, but with my pubes in it. And the pain, oh my God. He was like, I felt like I was basically vampiring up. He was holding me by my pubes, basically, like hovering up over the bed. It hurt. And the thing is, he was getting like so upset because I was like, it hurts. And he was getting so upset and he just got so fed up and he was like, I'm done. And I'm like, and he walks out of the room. And I'm just like laying there naked, half waxed, trying to figure out how I got into a sticky situation. And I finally was like, okay, stopped wallowing in my wax and I finished up the front area. I don't know about you guys, but my like gooch to asshole area, plethora of spider legs. Just like so many. So I said, babe! I got him back in the room. I said, look, I'm gonna need you to man up right now and wax my asshole. Okay. So I want to set the scene for you guys. there I was, laying on the bed. He was next to me on a chair, holding the wax, and then he decided to put on some music. REM's Everybody Hurts. Smart ass. So I'm laying there and I'm like, okay, let's do this. And I like lift my legs as high and as far as they would go. And REM's in the background. Everybody hurts sometimes, you know. Now I want you to imagine my vagina like this. Okay. The Rio Grande at sunset. Moist in the middle. Dry desert on the outside. Prickly terrain everywhere. Once a valley full of Mexicans, just looking for an opportunity and a hot meal. This was a sanctuary, no, a snatchuary city. Thanks, Greg, got it. Shit. So no more. Anyway. No, he was doing such a great job. He finally figured it out. He was like pressing it, he was ripping it off, and I was just like super relaxed and at ease, and we were just like chit-chatting. And then I felt a little rumble and a tumble. Oh yeah. And like, I knew right away that my butthole was gonna betray me. Yeah. So, before I could yell at him to like duck and cover, there's like a small little hang out. Like my butthole was like, thank you for removing all the forest so she could breathe again. Yeah, it was really nice. You guys, I was mortified. Oh my God, but thankfully, he just started laughing until he started crying. And then like through his tears, he was like, babe, I love you so much. And guys, that's true love. That's true love right there. Now, true lust for blind people sounds a lot different. So I don't know if any of you are aware of audio descriptions in movies. Y'all know what this is so blind people can understand what's going on? Well, I kept asking people and like making a joke like, hey, they should have audio descriptions for porn, right? Because I can't see porn anymore. So they do. And thanks to my friend's 65-year-old mother, who is really sighted, she's the one that told me about it. So thanks to her. But unfortunately it was like super hard to find. So I went onto Pornhub, right? I scrolled down to the bottom. They have something that's called visually impaired section, and obviously like that's where it should be. But all I did was just like make the like wieners real big. Not big enough because I couldn't see them still, but eventually we found it. And I know you nasty perverts would like to listen to this, so all you have to Google is porn audio descriptions, click the link and you can continue. You're welcome. Yeah. So I decided on a film called Pure Mature HD. Lisa Ann gets fucked hard in a gym. All right. I pushed play, settled back with my snacks, and it was like, ready to go. And it started out fine. It was like, cut to a gym where Lisa Ann is lifting weights. A young man sits behind her and watches. Okay, not bad, right? Like, this is exciting. I can watch porn again. Like, I finally get to be a part of the people, the equal again. But then it started getting a little interesting. Cut to the next scene. Xander, well, apparently he has a name. His name is Xander. Xander is laying on his back while Lisa Ann sucks and strokes his cock flesh to the base. Cock flesh? Guys, have you ever heard of cock flesh before? Like, I've never used that word and I'm filthy. And then it just got weirder. Zoom in on Lisa's titties flinging themselves around with vigor. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just jealous, but my titties have never flung themselves around with vigor. Like, I think my titties are just too small for that. Okay. And then it went to this, you guys. Extreme close-up of that anus and that snatch as she gets pounded by Xander. She holds her butt cheek open for the camera. You guys, this is verbatim! This is what black people have to listen to! Are y'all ready y'all want to hear some more? Yeah? No, you don't. If you don't, I don't give a fuck because that's what I have to listen to now for porn. Another extreme close-up of that snatch as he pounds with a manly vigor up in there. Note to the writers, though, you used vigor twice. Use another word, a little bit, zhuzh it up. I don't know, like pump the manly, like protein up in there, or I don't know, something like that. You guys ready for the big finale, though? The climax, the piece de resistance. Then he takes it out, pumps that jizz on her snatch and her bush and her stomach. The end. That's my time. Thank you so much, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Selina Gomez. Yeah. Can we get a mop?